Tara, Lynn, thank you so much for being here. It's really an honor to have you, and you're very accomplished, and you're doing a lot of things towards helping people feel better about themselves. You know, Fortunately or unfortunately, we're social animals. So being a social animal allows us to work with each other and help each other. But it also comes with the requirement that we also seek each other's approval, unfortunately. And as a result of that, aesthetics comes up into the whole play of things.
Right.
Animals determine how ripe a fruit is based on its external appearance. So the look, how things look, sometimes have a heavy effect. Now, I hope that people don't take it to the point where they um hurt themselves in the process of trying to gain external validation. But that external validation does help. And sometimes you validating yourself by changing your external makes you feel better. So I've said enough. Introduce yourself and
Yeah.
tell everybody what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Tara Lynn. And I've been in aesthetics for almost 20 years. So and I'm a transplant here in Philly from Southern California. So I was born and raised there. I have been here for coming up on 15 years. December, I'm actually celebrating a lot of milestones, Philly being where I restarted my life and, had more opportunity in my industry. And I'm going on 10 years as a cosmetic tattoo artist and 8 years as a brick and mortar business owner. So I own a med spa here in Philadelphia, and where we focus on all things aesthetics. So as an esthetician, do various skincare treatments, which involve, things from basic facials or like a lash lift or something, or just simple wax to very advanced stuff too. Like I own two lasers that treat over almost 40 different skin conditions, including, and that's a lot. So I treat various types of skin disorders and lead people on their journey with their skincare goals and stuff, which is a lifetime, you know what I mean? It's like can think of it in a way of like therapy, you know what I mean? It's like you work at it all the time. Um, and you get results, when you put in the work. So that's a big part of what I do. And I am in love with my industry. I couldn't imagine doing anything different. We also worked with people, like guest, resident nurses. We have a medical director, so we've done injectables. We even brought in massage therapy for other types of wellness and hair care and stuff like that. So yeah, we do pretty much everything aesthetics, except nails. We don't do nails, but yeah, it's kind of like a one-stop shop. But my main, I love doing it all, but I have a big passion for helping others. That's why I'm in my industry. And so a lot of, I help people with their scars with both either laser or tattooing, sometimes a combination of both. We do SMP, so that's like it's a camouflaging type of treatment. It helps mimic the look of fuller hair if the person's the right candidate. I do PRP because I'm a medical esthetician. I'm also phlebotomy trained as well. Um, so yeah, like it's, those are things like our face and our hair, we're very subconscious about, like you were saying, like, our image and it does play like a huge factor in our lives, and our confidence and stuff. So it's really a beautiful thing to be able to help people with that. A big part of what I'm recognized for is also brows, like, eyebrows. So I'm one of two cosmetic tattoo studios in the entire city of Philadelphia, and I'm the only uh, business like my kind that provides everything we do in Philadelphia. So it's pretty cool.
What are some
Yeah.
questions someone should ask when they're looking for treatments for SMP or PRP? What should they ask the person that's going to be administering it?
Yeah, so I always do a very thorough consultation. There are a few things that, you know, um, are important to know and cover find out if that client is a candidate. So again, like for those who don't know what SMP is, stands for scalp micropigmentation. So it is a tattoo. It is a cosmetic form of tattooing because it's camouflaging. I'm not camouflaging, but creating the illusion of fuller hair. So if somebody comes to me and they have, male or female pattern baldness, if a gentleman comes to me and he's holding on to his length, but he's missing hair, most of his hair, but wants to keep it long, that's usually somebody that's not a candidate because it doesn't grow hair, it's not going to achieve what that client wants. It's going to be obvious, so, I'm like, if they're willing to get rid of their hair and change their look up a little bit, then I'd see them as a candidate, like, hey, keep it shorter, maybe keep it buzzed and like learn, you know what I mean? Like get comfortable with that, new look, because unfortunately, like the hair is, it's not gonna come back or whatever. And that's a big question. Also, I like to ask patients, like, are you planning on getting any type of, have you looked into hair transplant methods? There are methods that are very successful. And I know that, that takes time too, but usually, it's people can get SMP and then get transplants, or get a transplant and maybe not all, maybe the hair came back and they're just looking for a little extra to make it look fuller. I do have women that, again, like they're maybe thinning around their crown, or, a lot of women with hormonal stuff or menopause. Just a lot of women after their pregnancies have hair loss. So, because they have a lot of hair too, like sometimes we will kind of, there's a background there, but they're not necessarily losing their hair. So it's really about like, yeah, I ask questions like how much are you ready willing to give up? You know what I mean, when it comes to like the length, if that is the situation. And then what are their long-term goals, But I've told some people like, if they're like, I said like they have no hair in the middle of their head or whatever, but they have long hair and they want to look, you know what I mean? I can't work miracles, unfortunately. So it wouldn't work. It just would look kind of crazy, to be honest. So that's when I'd say, maybe you're not a candidate at this time, but, maybe save or for transplants, because that's a hair transplant candidate, because it can work, and it does. I've seen phenomenal results. So
Oh, that's interesting because if you're gonna get SMP, you basically gotta have a pretty low haircut. Like one person I think who hasn't publicly stated that they've had it, but probably is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has like a tattoo on his head, like a regular tattoo on his head,
yeah.
but he also covers his bald spot somehow. I don't really know exactly how he does it. They also have this thing called I forgot what it's called, black magic or something like that, that the barbers have been spraying in, or
Yes.
just basically painting.
Hmm.
I'm not really a proponent of that kind of cosmetic.
Yeah, it just depends on how natural you want to go.
Right,
Absolutely very natural if it's done correctly.
right. And some gentlemen are going towards the toupees that are glued on.
Hmm.
And as a person that kind of leans towards holistic things, I wouldn't think that any kind of adhesive would be the ideal way to
Yeah.
conceal on a long-term basis.
Yeah. With
What about,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Another thing, as far as like what you're saying about the adhesive, yeah, like a lot of people, I mean, you're not getting, you're like almost like suffocating your skin, with the toupees and adhesive, and you're not getting any circulation there also, which could make matters worse. A good thing I was going to add about even just microneedling or PRP, that actually does stimulate the follicles as well. So it's it's stimulating the follicles, and then with PRP specifically, so even microneedling, like microneedling is what is usually be, I don't know if you know what microneedling is, but it's basically like a tattoo machine with a cartridge that's round. So it's putting little tiny channels, which stimulates collagen, follicle stimulation. And with PRP, we're extracting your plasma when we draw the blood and spin it through a centrifuge, and that gives us that liquid gold, which helps phenomenally. So again, that works for some people, not everybody. It can be hit or miss. But yeah, I like to go the more holistic route, which PRP is, you know what I mean? It is holistic. It's coming straight from your body, and we're literally just using something to manually stimulate the skin. Um, but yeah, so what were you gonna ask?
Well, it's similar to a vampire facial that people have been talking about,
Mhm.
taking your own plasma,
Yep.
putting it right back
Yep.
into your own body, I mean, I think that even the basketball players that did like some kind of restoration regarding their knees using their own
Mhm.
plasma and
Yep.
then re-injecting again. It's similar to like a stem cell type of
That's exactly what it is.
yes.
Hmm.
So, and that's it's accomplishing a lot. So
So yeah.
Tara Lynn, I greatly appreciate you. Everybody go check out Tara Lynn in Philadelphia. Um, she's doing a great work, and she came all the way from California just to give the East Coast the gift of her talents.
Yes.
Um,
I'm actually going to New York City tonight. So
oh,
yeah,
enjoy. Have a
thank
good
you.
time.
Thank you. I will.
And thank you.
Visiting a friend from California that's just in town. So
Well, I'm glad that Californians are still coming to visit us. Thank you so much. And if
thank
you
you.
got any
Yeah.
closing statements or, that you can go have at it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have any statements, but I appreciate you having me. And yeah, come see me
Well, it
for
was
all
my
you.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful.